Today, the avocado has a little tiny second branch and another little tiny mushroom. For once, we had a night where we didn't have anything to do, so we got to do something we've been wanting to do for ages, to paint some birdhouses. The idea for mine was blatantly stolen from Joe Lycett. Thanks, Joe. Meanwhile, that's... There we go. Mine mostly done, but not dry. Andy's also...
I mean, it needs some drying, but pretty happy with my freehand.
Really disturbing.
Where else are you going to have birds flying to?
Don't get paint on my phone. Showing them your cat vagina.
Yes, vagina. Clearly.
Dim sum. It's what's for breakfast. The avocado is forking. Ah!
For many years, the land under the stairs hosted all the random crap we couldn't be bothered to deal with while renovating. But now, in our once-in-a-lifetime event, we're going to clear all this shit up.
Well, somewhat annoyingly, my math hasn't quite worked. So the shelf I bought and of this spent a million years putting together doesn't quite fit in the space. So I think I'm going to plan B this shit and change tactics. The second part of reclaiming under the stairs and putting the tools away is reclaiming some of my office space. So let's go do that too. Obviously a bit more organization to do still, but it's at least a bit more organized. And I think we're going to put some of the extra insulation that we have back here so that it's not right in the middle of the living room. And then we'll fill up these cubbies as well. And I've just moved the tool thing over here for now. Obviously not its permanent home because eventually we will have a shed. But for now, much better than it was. Look at my little tiny avocado leaf. What are you doing, Andy?
Well, as part of the get the lot legs in so we can use the attic side project, I'm dropping screws into this box over and over again. But part of that is the prep for the loft legs suggests you want to have the screws pre-drilled in the legs because it's a massive pain in the arse trying to do it in situ. So you can't see that from here. So see if the cameraman can wander a bit closer.
Woman.
Camera person. Camera non-gender conforming individual. Only non-binary people are allowed to be camera operators these days.
What are you looking at me that way for? I am not non-binary. Fear not.
Well, no, it was more the fucking don't be arsey about gender suffixes for... Anyway.
I can be arsey about anything I want.
As long as you can deal with the consequences of that.
I have autonomy.
So does everyone else. Anyway.
Drilling.
Drilling, yes, it's fairly simple. Put them at an angle, vroom vroom. Sometimes they go in nice and easily. Sometimes you have to fucking drill a hole with the screw in order to get it to go in. I'm really glad the camera got to see one where it was a massive pain in the backside instead of one where it just popped straight in.
Of course. While I'm here, I'll give a vision of the babies. Look at all the babies.
This time with drilling that actually works in the background.
Probably.
Yep, that one went in immediately.
So my wee project is I've got a chocolate vine that our friend Estelle gave us after her birthday party that is just not happy inside. So what I'm thinking to do is to put it into this corner. I obviously won't be able to dig down much, if at all, just because of where the root is. So I'm going to weed it out. I'm going to put some gravel in it, and then I'm essentially going to see if I can build it up. What I may end up having to do is just basically put it in a pot, but cut the bottom out of the pot so that it can spread a bit where it's able to. We'll just see. So I'm going to try that. Given the soundtrack from the neighbors, I probably won't actually try to film very much of this other than just a wee bit in hyperlapse. So we'll see how far we get. So I managed to weed the space around it as well as cut some of the dead bamboo off and find a little baby bamboo to boot. And then I cut the bottom off of a wicker basket that came with the chocolate vine, shoved that down on top of some gravel, put in some more soil and compost. And then I even had a little bit of extra time to trim back our Asa, which was just almost impossible to walk by. So it's now had a wee bit of a trim. Yeah, so actually, if you can just bring it over here, we can lower it right down in.
We want the pots.
Well, we're going to take it out of the pot, but remember how I said that the roots are super fragile? So we just want to make sure. Can you just give it a wee shake? Okay.
Oh, I've definitely got a fair amount of already.
Yeah. It's sad. Okay, and then can you just gently set it down there and then I'll fill it in. Sorry, can you just lift it up while I just... Okay, thank you. That's what I'll turn. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm going to start with these potato bags once I'm done with this, and then I'll do the onions. Yes. Oh, are you just tall enough to just see this one that's trying to grab the bamboo? Can you just put that up over that guy? Yeah, thanks. Hopefully it'll be like, oh my gosh, a whole roof I can climb over. That sounds amazing. There you go, vinded. Okay, so obviously it will need rather a lot of watering, but since we water the bamboo so much, I'm hoping we can make that work. All right, well, Andy cuts some more sticks for the bug hotel. I am going to harvest potatoes and some onions. This potato harvest was a bit of a dud. I managed to get 2 good-sized ones and 3 little ones. I think it was just really hard to keep them watered in the drought. A lesson learned. Okay, so I've replanted these sedum into some hanging pots, and basically all I've done is, because it's got 3 really big holes in the bottom, which explains why nothing in these pots lived, what I've done is just taken some of the bag from a compost, lined it with that, put in some of the nice soil that's got perlite in it, so hopefully having less drainage, not no drainage, the compost bag already had a few holes in it, but hopefully, because these are so drought resistant, as you can see, they're very, very happy. We'll hang these back up and see if they survive for a couple of months or longer. All right, shall we harvest these big fat onions? We've been tending these onions since about November when we put them into Granddad's planter. So they were really nice sized and very exciting, and really happy to get the planter cleared out and relined until a big giant spider tried to murder me. We're having a little wee break on account of massive spider. Here is the first sunflower of the season. My head is cut off in this video. Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot I got a tarragon. Nice. After using this for onions all year, I think we've decided to turn it back into an herb planter. So I've got some Vietnamese coriander, some feverfew, French tarragon, purple sage, purple basil, bunch of samphire because we love it, and some salad burnet. So we're going to start there. I would like to have some thyme back in here, but all of my creeping thyme died last week after lasting for a year. Last week did it in. So I'm going to pop these in. I need the fox spikes. No flooping foxes are invited to this party. This planter belonged to Andy's granddad, who we just adored, so it is always referred to as Granddad's planter.
Oh, I've also slapped down some strolch. It's not the best combination with like food products, but it's done a fairly good job of, if not stopping them digging us up stuff, then slowing it down.
Yeah. My only concern is that the samphire, now that I've put it in here, it would like to be watered with a teaspoon of salt in the water.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like...
No. Pardon my indecision.
Luckily, we had a nice healthy rosemary elsewhere in the garden.
Sorry, samphire. Going on a journey.
Unfortunately, if it's got that many roots, there's a bigger problem.
There you go.
Yes, I was trying to avoid literally this scenario.
That's all right. Throw them in there.
I was also...
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, what are we on for that? Count 6.
Okay. There's still a bit more compost in that bag if we need more.
Well, we almost certainly do.
Okay.
Alright, we'll need watering again.
Lovely jubbly. Alright, let me look at these other 3 plants in here and see what their situation is. What else do we got? Esperantha, Oregon, honey. And a little red fern.
Perfect for a herb planter.
No, they're not going here. They're going over there.
Okay.
They're going over there. Little herb planter. We're going to give them one night with the strolch. And if they dig it up, we'll put the spikes in. There we go. Put a little red fern by the pond. deadheaded the Rudbeckia. Put a little Oregon iris in. And the chocolate vine, which hopefully over the years will train itself up and over the bug hotel, because they'll grow to about 10 meters. So I also pulled just a few of the dead bits off of the bamboo. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Well exhausted after doing that whole freaking planter. But Andy's also cut some more sticks, filled in so that we're ready for putting some logs in next weekend when we've got the boys here. Well, we managed to get most of the miscellaneous boxes sorted. Still a bit more to organize. I don't actually want just a bunch of bins here because that still means we have to search through stuff. But overall, feeling pretty good about our progress for the weekend and well ready for next weekend when we've got the boys here. While they're working on the garden, we can do some stuff inside. So we probably won't see you until the weekend just because we've got so much on this week, but we're at least feeling pretty productive for a very long weekend. So we'll see you next week.